Now gather round and I'll start the proper tale of these four idiots who finally found the rail. A fighter bearing royal lineage, and a rogue who to knowledge did he pledge. A wizard whose past actions haunt his life, and a cleric who to happiness he'll strive. In a world where fate dealt a different hand, oh, these idiots just had to change the plan. So let's get started on the real story. When crit happens.
Okie dokie spooky. So, hello everybody, by the way. Still sick, as you can see. Here, whatever. So I know last time we kind of ended on a crazy note, and we're super jazzed to proceed forward with that particular scene.
Yeah, jazzed. Let's go with that.
Super jazzed. But I am a little curious about something, and we're gonna take, like, I hope not super long on it. I will keep it as expedient as possible.
This is D&D. 6 minutes could take an hour, and an hour could take 6 minutes.
Well, I believe in you guys. So here's the deal. While that whole scene with Lannon was happening above, you know, like trying to save his family, possibly murdering his father, all kinds of fun stuff, we had a bit of some other shenanigans going on. That in the form of Svein going down some stairs and being chased by a big guy, and then Kennam, Lobe, and Kevin kind of exploding a door, going down some stairs, and probably being chased by some other guys as well. So I'm just the tiniest bit curious how that got resolved.
Did it get resolved?
I sure hope so. But here's the deal. Since the last episode was super combat heavy, and I have the sneaky suspicion that we're gonna run into some combat again, I sort of want to hear how you might resolve this problem, and we could do some rolls or something. You don't necessarily just have to do it in your isolated groups. You could be like, oh, you know, Svein gets all the way down and sees the others, and we all beat him with a club. The end.
I know exactly how this is going to go down for Svein.
Okay, cool. So we'll start with you, and I guess Kennam and Lobe, we will get to you in half a hot tamale, so you guys just scheme amongst yourselves, because you, probably when you blew up that door, well, when Kevin blew up that door, let's get real, you kind of attracted some of the smaller looking zombies, and while you were going down the stairs, a couple of them have tailed after you. So you guys figure out how you're going to deal with them. And Svein, let's take it with you real quick. You discovered a secret passageway. Well, through another person, I should say, that you then stabbed in the life.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you stabbed a guy.
Yeah, but
yeah.
As you were going down those stairs, his big buddy totally saw you stab his friend, so he's kind of coming after you in the dark. So I'm curious to see how you're gonna take care of this situation.
Well, seeing as how it's in the dark, and Svein has some ball bearings, and he's going down some stairs, he's gonna put some ball bearings on some of the stairs behind him.
Okay.
And maybe see if he can't get to the bottom of the stairs and have his sword ready for when whoever's chasing him slips and falls on the ground.
So we got some like Tom and Jerry shenanigans going on here.
That is correct.
All right, no, I'm cool with it. Okay, so you're going down the stairs, drops ball bearings. Let's see if this guy. He's probably not going to see it per se, and that's actually really cool. So let's have him roll with some disadvantage here. God, I don't even. All right. So we've got 18. Oh, cool. 18 and 18. Excellent. So no, he probably stumbles a bit. Excuse me. And you kind of hear him cry out in the dark, like, ah! But you don't hear like the subsequential thud that would come with him tripping and falling all the way.
Rats.
Oh man.
So, but he is catching his balance, so you got an advance on him if you have another plan up your sleeve.
All right. Let's see here. Yeah, you know what? I'm just gonna turn around on the stairs and shoot an arrow at him.
Okay.
See if if he's still standing on these things, you know, maybe he'll dodge the arrow, but loses balance and
Yeah, no, I'm cool with that. So quick question: do you have dark vision or low light vision or anything like that?
I have dark vision.
Oh, okay, cool. So no penalties for you. Okay. Oh my god. All right. So let's say I'll give you advantage because you're sniping the dark and you've kind of got him off balance. So you go ahead and you roll your arrow shooting roll there.
All right, cool. So let's see here. First one. 25.
There's only one way it can
Roll
go.
again.
2 25s!
This is gonna be great, guys.
Alright, that was 2-minute doubles. You go to jail.
Yeah. Oh man.
Holy crap. Okay. Yeah, no, you
Sniper
shoot an
bitch.
arrow in the dark. You shoot an arrow in the dark, and he's still stumbling on these ball bearings. So that the arrow definitely like goes through his chest. Roll me damage. Yeah, 8. No, now you hear that telltale sign of like someone hitting the concrete. So good job. You've taken care of your guy. You can proceed down the stairs without worry.
Yay.
Now, Lobe and Kennam, which is confusing because I'm now just realizing Lobe and Kennam squished together sounds like Lannon. But whatever. So, you two, go down the stairs. You got some scragglers coming after you. There's probably about 3 of them following you down the stairs. Super interested in you all of a sudden. Kevin, at this point, I believe, is medium size, if I remember correctly.
He's only one size larger than what he was. I don't know what he was originally, though.
Oh, she. Sorry, Kevin. You know, if we didn't name you a male name, this may have been a little easier. Okay, so she's probably then she's small if she's only one bigger than her original. So you got a small, fiery Kevin, you got a Lobe, you got a Kennam, and you got 3 scraggly badlies. What you gonna do?
Well, how big are the stairs? Do we notice them? Like, can we get by each other?
Oh yeah, like there's enough room where you two can kind of run somewhat comfortably besides each other.
Okay.
Maybe not as you continue to go down, but at least at the top right now you can do so.
Okay, and then who's first?
Well, there's
Initiative?
there's really not a turn order per se. I just kind of want to see if you can do something to quickly deal with these punks. Like if you have another Tom and Jerry shenanigan idea, like I'm just gonna stand in the corner and trip them.
Hey, Lobe.
Yes.
Do you have a rope?
No.
What about that sash you're wearing?
This? Oh, you can have it.
All right.
I toss it over.
Okay, now Kennam has the sash of grabby stuff. It had a real name, I promise.
Had.
I'm going to. Alright. So Kennam's going to use his tattoo for the. I think he only gets it twice at the moment.
Yep.
And he's going to cast his Unseen Servant again.
Oh, back with this old chestnut, huh? Ha ha ha. I'm hilarious. Okay, so you got an Unseen Servant and you've got a Trippy Doo sash.
I'm gonna try and get this Unseen Servant to like hang back and try and trip the guys.
Some more Tom and Jerry shenanigans, love it.
Y'all are doing Tom and Jerry stuff while Lannon was up there fighting.
And losing family members.
That's
One
like,
family member. Oh, no, wait. No, 2. 2.
Okay, Lobe, are you gonna do anything else to contribute to this, or are you just gonna keep going?
He obviously has a plan, so
Oh,
I'll leave it to you.
Okay. So let's.
There's one more thing I'd like to do.
Oh yeah, what do you want to do?
I want to try and use my sweet kickflip shoes that I've heard to try and like hide in one of the upper corners of the stairs. You know, like try and hide on the
Like-
the upper side of the stairs,
Like Spider-Man.
like Spider-Man.
Okay. That's cool. Is Kevin sticking with you, or is Kevin going with Lobe?
I guess.
As far as I know, I'm not going anywhere.
Well, I just want to make it clear. It is dark in this hallway, and Kevin is like a beacon of hope and light and warmth and totally unseeable. So she might blow your cover a little bit.
To my knowledge, Kevin is not a spider, so I feel like she's gonna stay on the ground.
Okay. Yeah,
Probably with Lobe at that point then.
Okay, so basically Lobe and Kevin are just acting as bait at this point. Okay. Alright, yeah, go put your plan into action. Make me some rolls.
Alright. So I know I'm rolling acrobatics at the very least. Does my unseen servant roll anything?
Well, he's unseen, so I think he's good.
There's my roll for bait.
A perfect 11. You are, the basic average bait. Kevin kind of like sits next to you and you're... Ooh.
20.
Nice.
17
Okay.
plus my kickflip shoes.
And if either of you roll again, you're gonna get the same number again.
Absolutely, because that's how this day's gonna go.
Yep.
Okay, so we've got Oz hanging up in a corner of the...
Kennam.
There, Kennam. Dang it, I'm sorry.
Who's Oz?
This is what happens. Shh, don't worry about it. Too many games. So you got Kennam up in the corner of the staircase. You got Lobe and Kevin who are just chilling. And these three...
I don't think a fire goat
Probably-
can chill.
Hey, you know what? Don't judge her lifestyle. But these three hobbly zombies come around the corner, and I suppose that's the unseen servant's cue to trip a bunch of people.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Triple bitch.
Yeah! I gotta think now. How does... Because there's no CMB in this universe, so is it just another contest of whatnot?
Contest of something.
It's a contest of something.
I guess it'd be
Charisma.
strength versus dex.
Yeah, that makes sense in my brain. Okay, so I'll roll for these three's decks. So wait to roll real quick, Kennam. So we've got an 18, a 6, and a 12.
Alright.
Nat 20,
Um,
nat 20, nat 20.
Does
You get-
the belts tripping give any bonuses?
Bonuses? No, it just kind of lets you trip as a free action during combat.
Okay then. Plus its strength. 8.
That's an 8. So you don't get that first guy, and you don't get that third guy. I kind of imagine like one of them kind of jump sprints over it like during like the vault of, oh god, what's it called, like track vaulting or whatever it is. Oh, God.
Hurdling?
Yeah, hurdling. I can words. Like he does that, and the other one just kind of power slides underneath. And then the guy in the middle's like, "Hey, what are you guys doing?" And then he slams right into the scarf.
Wait,
and
wait,
gets
hold
wrapped up.
on. Are they in like a single file line?
No, they can kind of all run. They all kind of run beside each other. So like the one on the left and the one on the right dodged it, and then the guy in the middle's like, "Why are we all dodging?" And now he's wrapped up like a fly in a spider.
Maybe they like pushed off of his shoulder to jump over him.
But yeah, no. So Lobe, now you have two
Wait,
zombies
I thought
coming at you.
I thought
Okay.
it trips.
You tripped one of them, but you still got two
Okay.
that are kind of coming at Lobe and...
Okay. I thought you said like wrapped up, and I was like, this isn't a spiderweb scarf.
Hey, don't
It
judge
is
its
now.
life. Don't judge its
You never
lifestyle
knew.
either.
Man,
But-
we're all just judging
Alright.
today. Damn.
Jesus. Alright, so Lobe, Kevin,
Grab the-
zombies.
Grab
Coming
the
at you.
first one to me and throw him down the stairs.
Okay. Okay. I guess we'll do another contest. You go for strength, I'll go for dex. That's a 12 for me. What did you get?
I'm gonna double check my strength mod.
I actually really hope this works for your favor.
23!
there it
I'd
is.
say so.
So I
That's a
just
nat.
imagine. I
No,
imagine the guy
no.
who bolted.
Wait,
it?
you forgot to
That's
put the 1D.
Oh.
Oh yeah. I was about to say, wait a minute, how could that be a nat and not? Okay, wait, let's try that again.
Let's try that again.
So we're still trying to be a 12.
Still need 1D20.
Nope.
Not 20D plus 3. 1D20 plus 3. There we go.
We almost got it, guys. He's rolled 2 20s. Oh, there's the 9. Okay. So, Lobe,
quite.
you go to try and like catch this guy and use the momentum to throw him down the stairs. Unfortunately, you both kind of get tangled up in each other, and now you're both sort of tumbling down the stairs. So,
Ah.
Kennam, I kind of imagine you just watch Lobe roll downstairs like a potato with this friendly zombie.
Just
Uh,
make sure to get his jaw.
I guess the other zombie's gonna go after Kevin, but Kevin's not having any of this shit. And just blows a fireball at him. Not like a real fireball. It's like a
It's like a
what's it
mini
called?
ball.
Yeah, like a little. Well, firebolt is like 1d10. I'm trying to think of what's tinier than that.
Firebolt's a cantrip.
Okay, I guess he does that then. Or she does that. Alright, Kevin, firebolt him. 4 damage. Cool. That guy's now on fire and also tumbling down the stairs. And Kevin is tiny once more.
Alright. Kennam's gonna hop down and realize, oh god, I left the orphans in that mess.
What?
In the mess upstairs. I totally left my little orphans up there.
Oops.
Unseen servant, go, like, take the belt and go save, and, like, go help them. I've gotta go help them down. I gotta go help people down.
Okay. Unseen servant goes back up the stairs, and I assume you and Kevin run down?
Yeah.
Okay. So, Svein,
Mm-hmm.
you're coming down the stairs into what appears to be some sort of underground alcove of sorts. You've got a direction to your left, directions to your right. Looks like kind of like a wrapping hallway. And you kind of hear this very subtle thunk, 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 thunk. And at one of the staircases, you see a bright, blinding light, like something is on fire. And I don't know if you're just gonna like stand there or you're gonna do something about that.
Going to start walking in the opposite direction.
Okay.
What is going on down here?
So as you go to turn, a on fire zombie kind of crashes to the bottom of the staircase. Super dead, by the way. That was a lot of fire damage and impact damage. And not too far after that, you hear a much louder, like a much deeper thunk, 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 thunk. And you see Lobe kind of come careening down the stairs, and he's got a zombie sort of tangled up in him. Not exactly in advantage at the moment, not exactly disadvantaged. They're just kind of one in the same right now. And they both hit the ground before you.
Sounds kinky.
Well, it wasn't until you made it there, buddy.
Lobe, do you need a little help there?
Well, I wouldn't say no.
Well, alright then. Let me get my dagger.
He sounds like the kindest mercenary ever.
Sees dude come downstairs, asks politely if he would like help.
Would you like help bashing open the skull of that zombie right there?
Okay. So you pull out your dagger. It's not gonna be hard to stab this guy, so just go ahead and roll you some damage.
Alright.
Yeah,
no, 8. That you're fine. You stab him right in the brains, and he.
What do I need to roll for damage for taking a ride down the stairs?
Just roll me like.
Or what do I need to take for damage, I should say, 'cause it didn't happen.
Yeah,
what if you landed on him every stair? Like, just all
That'd be
the
some serious
revolutions
luck.
just worked out.
Just alright. Take 2 damage from going down all those stairs. How about that?
Alright, that
seems
sounds
pretty-
fine.
Yeah. Okay. So this zombie is dead. He's just kind of hanging limply, sort of still tangled up in Lobe. I don't know if you like want to pull him off or just now Lobe forever has a twin brother attached to him, or.
No, I'll go ahead and throw him off.
Okay, cool.
And Svein's gonna look at the brains on his dagger and just go, ooh, just like wipe it off on the wall.
Okay.
I wouldn't recommend trying that again.
A couple seconds later, well, maybe minutes, Kevin and Kennam appear around the stairs, surprisingly without a zombie attached to them, so that's a plus. And just before all of you can kind of greet each other and say howdy doody, Lannon appears in a flash of light. And in his hand,
Wait, backtrack a second. What
Yeah.
happened to the zombie that got tripped?
he's just still hanging. Dude, do you know how long it's gonna take to get up down those stairs?
True.
Don't even worry about it. You guys are gonna be like in the middle of the boss fight, and he's finally gonna make his way over and be like, I'm here! I know,
Out of
don't
breath
worry."
and just like. Hold on a second. Okay.
Like a kung fu panda situation.
Yes.
Yeah, like that.
Were you
That's
about to
the
say
fate of
Kung
that.
Fu Fanda?
No.
Yes.
Because that'd
But-
be weird.
That's the fate of the zombie who decided to not dodge the trip scar. But yes, as all three of you appear in the same area, just before you can catch your breath, Lannon appears in a flash of light. He's got this twisted black dagger in his hand, and on the blade, it takes a minute for you guys to really see what it is, because whatever it is so bright, it actually blinds you for a second. But as your eyes adjust, you see that it looks like a small little sapling, and it's glowing a fierce white yellow.
Well, what have you been up to?
Wait. So the dagger's in view, right?
Yes, the dagger is 100% in view.
I'm kicking this thing out of the dude's hand. Kennam is gonna kick this thing and scream like a little fucking girl.
Plans, are we?
Lannon, I'd ask you if you'd like stop that, but
I mean, yeah. That's kind of my father right there.
okay. So I guess both of you roll. Contest your decks. Wow, we're contesting a lot today, aren't we?
Yes, we are.
Go. Make the roll.
14,
Where is it? There it is.
Versus.
21.
Okay.
No, you are not.
So, Kennam, you see this dagger and you see the sapling, and you let out a shriek and you go to kick it. And I guess Lannon kind of scrambles to his feet and backs up or something.
I was more thinking something badass, like he actually kicks it,
Okay.
but it goes flying through the air and I catch it. Because
Yeah, sure.
I think we can all agree that'd be more awesome and more
Oh,
worthy of
no,
a 21.
Yes. Yeah,
Go for
I
it.
agree.
Okay, so that just happened.
Yeah, like after he kicks it and screams, Kennam's gonna just shout, "Where the hell did you get that?"
My father told me to use it on him.
Get that thing fucking away from me!
Fine. Is there a place where I can put it on my person?
The sapling or the dagger?
Both?
Well, I guess you could, like, stick the dagger in your belt with the sapling still stuck to the knife.
Yeah, I'm gonna just leave it at that.
Okay.
I think trying to take the sapling off the dagger would be a bad idea for all of our health.
I would say probably don't do that.
Yeah.
Okay. So you sheath a dagger with a sapling on it. That's cool. Alright, cool.
Getting that thing on you isn't any better.
What do you know about it?
That thing killed Elise. Sorry. That thing killed Elise.
Hmm?
Hmm?
Like, that is how Elise died. That dagger.
What?
Do we actually know this?
Well, I think Kennam is the most properly equipped to explain what he's talking about. Kennam, take it away.
What are you talking about, Kennam?
Set the dagger away, and then we can talk.
Alright. I put the dagger in my belt.
Again.
Put it on
I
the
just-
other
Tim's gonna
side.
give a bit of a face palm. It's like, okay, so remember when we were fighting the kobolds?
Yes.
And well, I was behind Elise, and the thing that killed her was this creepy cloak guy with that fucking dagger right there, pointing to the dagger.
Oh,
Oh, that is interesting. So then, how did you end up with it?
My father kind of took it out and told me to use it on him.
Well, but where did he get it?
I don't know. I didn't ask questions.
Well, I'm very curious now.
And you're not touching this dagger.
Well, if you say so.
This is
He
the
starts
kindest
walking away and
thief.
goes, not gonna try it.
I think Svein is the kindest thief I've ever met.
What? Cut off a little bit. I missed what you said.
Svein is the kindest thief I've ever met.
That's just because nothing's been stolen yet.
Emphasis on yet.
Yet.
Maybe it's part of his cover.
Oh,
Maybe.
shit.
So as you guys are kind of having this whole conversation, the ceiling above you kind of shakes a little bit, and there's dust and debris flittering down from above, sort of indicating that yes, whatever is going on above is definitely still happening.
Fuck.
What should we do then? Should
Uh,
we try to help, or should we get out of here?
Well, I was looking for Henry.
Who?
Or Hubert, or what was his
Hubert.
No, no, it's canon. You just called him Henry.
Henry? Who's Henry?
I think he means Hubert. We were heading down here to
Hubert.
find him.
Is
Say-
he still
hey.
around? That's
Svein, how did you
That's-
get here?
well. I may be somewhat related to Hubert, but I tricked him into going a different direction and letting me pass into the library.
And you all know how my flashy interests went.
Wait. How did you get from the library here?
I found a secret passage. Although it's very sad, the library is in flames now.
Oh god, I forgot
So
about that.
many books! So many books!
I do believe the town's in flames, but
So
I-
the library! The library!
let's move on to find Hubert.
Okay.
I
Okay.
guess moving on.
So where specifically are you headed in this weird circly underground?
Further down?
Well, you're about as down as you get, unless you start like digging to the Earth's core.
Can we?
Well,
Wait, so no one ran into Hubert?
not yet. No. Right now, actually, Lannon, I can tell you this. Right now, you guys are at the northernmost part of the castle, at least underneath the castle. So if you remember the structure, when you are underneath here, you've got the barracks, you've got the mage center, you've got the treasury, and you guys are in between the second part of the excuse me, the second part of the mage study and the prison. And
You
the
may want to turn
prison,
away from the mic when you cough.
I'm sorry, guys. I would go mute, but then it says I mute the entire call.
Well, just put your hand over the mic.
I'll do that then. Apologies to everyone who heard that disgusting noise. Anyway, but where you are right now, in relation to Hubert, is super close. All you have to do is make your way to the prison section, which is to your left.
You might not want to tell Svein where the treasury is, Lannon.
Oh. Oh, you won't be able to make it in there even if you tried.
So, Lobe's gonna head in the only direction we haven't that people haven't come from, which he's assuming is the way to go.
Which we're gonna say is left, just to expedite this adventure.
Off to find Heinrich.
And Svein's gonna trail along behind the group and keeping an eye on the back, making sure no one's sneaking up on him like that one zombie or anything.
There you go. Spain just watches like the Outer Breath zombie the whole way there.
Yep.
Guys,
It-
come on!
And you know, if he needs to break away from the group and start sneaking around, it's a lot easier to do if you're in the back.
That's true. Okay, so everyone's headed left then?
Left.
Right.
God,
Boy.
Spain.
Correct.
Thank
Proper.
Lobe's not one for directions.
Okay. So everyone is going left. You are all walking through this winding, dimly lit corridor together. Well, dimly lit to those who have normal vision and not low light or dark, which I'm pretty sure is just Lobe.
It is rather dark.
So having him lead the charge is definitely an interesting approach. Lucky for you, the occasional torch does appear to grant relief, and it's illuminating.
I want to grab one of the torches.
Okay, so now you can see in the dark, kind of. And so you make your way around. Your new torch buddy is illuminating these like ancient stones stacked into the wall, and it almost feels like they're endlessly wrapping around you. Like as much as you are going forward, you're not making any progress behind you. It kind of feels like you're walking towards oblivion, just like an endless corridor of stone and rock.
Well, that's not
Spooky.
And for the longest of time, you don't pass by anyone else. It's just you four and Kevin and your torch and the chaos happening above. But after a little bit of walking, maybe about 5 or so minutes, you do see something flash in the dark off of Lannon's torch, or not Lannon's torch, Lobe's torch.
Hugo, is that you?
Hugo?
We're just gonna run through every H&A possible, huh? So the uniform you cross is a soldier's uniform, but it's on the ground, not moving, and as you get closer to it, it's fairly obvious that whoever this was is completely unrecognizable because they have been clawed and bitten until they're just a pulp. Just a bloody pulp.
Poor man.
Oh, that is unfortunate.
What the fuck?
And for all my people who have dark vision, as you continue to look down the path, you see more and more of these unmoving bodies. The closer ones look exactly the same, like some kind of animal just tore them to shreds.
I just gave these guys a raise too. Damn.
What a waste. Alright, Svein's gonna try and look around more closely, see if he can find maybe like a blood trail that goes to wherever it did this, you know, wherever it left to, or whatever.
Yeah.
Harry, if you're out there, call out.
I think Svein knows with that natural 20.
Whoa, Svein, my goodness. Okay, so Svein, it's fairly obvious that a second personal war happened down here in tangent with the one above. You reasoned pretty quick that these must have been the guards who were patrolling before the attack happened above. And some of the zombies or something must have been down here too, because the carnage looks the same from up top. And as you're kind of picking through these bodies, again, a big majority of which being soldiers who were most likely caught off guard, you do notice that there were a couple of the zombies that were felled, and some of their cloaks are intact, and something you didn't notice before, likely because you were fighting for your life, was that these cloaks have an insignia on the breast pocket, and the insignia looks like a bow and arrow, and it's shooting through the heart of a bird.
That's not nice.
I'm taking a cloak.
Oh, and if there's another one, Svein's gonna take one.
Disguise kits.
Yeah.
Bonus! Okay, so you both take a cloak?
Yes.
But I
And
want to
Svein's
emphasize...
gonna relay his information to
Okay.
everyone about what he observed.
Okay, so now you all know about the insignia.
Why would you shoot a bird?
So that you can eat some lunch?
Well, okay.
So are you all then going to take a cloak? Because there are definitely enough cloaks that you could each pick up a cloak and wear it.
Sure.
Lobe doesn't care. Lobe's got to find Hunter.
I'm going to see how long this lasts. Let's see how many H names you can come up with. So, Lannon, as you pick up a cloak and Svein is kind of describing the sigil that he found on the breast pocket, you even turn it over and you're looking at it too. You recognize this sigil.
Oh shit.
And that's because not days before, you were signing a peace treaty with the very same group of people. the rebellions who are trying to overthrow this king, and you're desperately trying to get peace with.
Peace treaty.
Lannon's angry.
Really?
Yes! He went through all that work for this!
Oh, I guess you would know too. Basically, the rebellion is also known as the Fletcher's Guild. I don't know if you're going to relate that to everyone else, or are you just going to keep that a little revenge secret?
No, I'll give him the details.
All right, so you all now know what Lannon knows.
What's a Fletcher?
It's a bird.
Fletcher's Guild.
All right.
But if they're the Fletcher's Guild, then why do they shoot birds?
Yeah, you'd think they'd want to keep them alive, don't you think?
I don't understand.
Maybe they're angry birds.
That must be it.
Absolutely.
I think it's just a stupid sigil.
I just wanted as a side note, a Fletcher isn't a bird, it's a person who makes and sells arrows. But it's totally hilarious that nobody knows that.
Lobe's not a smart boy. His intellect's only 9.
Svein should know this, but he didn't read that book.
I'm
It's
rolling
okay.
with it anyway.
Just roll with it, I love it. Okay.
Lannon's only slightly smarter than Lobe. So yeah.
Oh god, I love it. Okay, so now you guys are cloaked and you're continuing your adventure?
Yep.
Yes.
Well, I mean, I didn't grab a cloak because.
Okay, well, everybody
what would
below.
Lobe need a cloak for? Hector, where are you?
Oh god, okay. So you continue, 3 of you disguised, 1 of you not. Well, technically 2 of you not. Kevin doesn't have a cloak, I guess.
Wait, we can't fashion a little Kevin cloak?
I mean, if you want.
Can we try and do that quickly?
Okay,
Let's
that's...
do it.
I want to
Okay.
fashion a Kevin.
Warning.
I don't even...
If she grows sizes, that thing will break.
It will burn.
We'll
even
enchant
worse.
it. We'll gather up some
Oh
stuff
my
and
God.
enchant it later.
Okay,
Don't
fine.
worry about it. We got this.
Actually, the mage's room is close by.
Well, close by is a loose definition. You've got
Point.
the prison, and then you've got the Mage's Guild.
Point is, if she's gonna grow, we probably have lost our disguise chance anyway.
You're right.
So are you actually making Kevin a cloak, or are you just
I
gonna...
want to fashion him a cloak.
Okay.
Her. I want to fashion her a cloak.
Just put a fucking bow on it so we all know that Kevin is a female.
Okay.
And then
No,
mention
that's
every
part
time.
of the disguise.
Oh my god, what even is that? There is no fashion cloak check.
Intelligence.
Wisdom.
Oh my god.
Maybe you can quickly convince it to fashion itself with a high enough charisma bonus.
Fucking, okay, just make me an intelligence. Let's see if you're even smart enough to do this. Just, for general,
Nope.
no.
1.
Natural 1.
9.
Yeah, no, Kennam, you, pick up one of the biggest cloaks you could find. You look at Kevin, you look at the cloak, you throw the cloak on Kevin, and you're like, perfect, let's go. Now Kevin's a goat.
Onward!
Svein, you have enough sense to, like, cut a hole for Kevin, but now Kevin is like, meh, meh, and she keeps tripping over her own feet. The cloak is huge.
Shh. Be quiet,
Wait,
Kevin.
wait, just intelligence?
Yeah, it's an intelligence check, which you all are- Oh my
Nope.
god!
Nope, I got an 8.
Okay, Lannon. You think this is a great idea. Nothing can go wrong. Onward.
Hey, I got higher than Kennam, that's all I need.
Oh my god. Okay, so now the 4 of you who are kind of disguised, and 1 of you who is not. Holy shit.
I
Okay.
wonder which one's which.
Trying to find a friend.
We have to go
assuming
find...
Assuming weapons are drawn at this point.
I hope.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah, you guys have to
Yes.
go find Augustus.
Yeah.
So eventually, once these shenanigans are done and over with, more light begins to appear at the end of the tunnel. And it leads to what appears to be a barred door. There's a small cards table set up next to it. Looks like there was
to
a...
it.
What? You're funny. You're funny. Now I'm gonna make him a mimic and eat you. No.
No.
So there's a small cards table set up against it. Looks like there was a game halfway abandoned, as the guards likely ran upstairs to see what was going on, and then got subsequently killed. But we won't talk about that.
It's too bad.
Yeah. But there is a light in this horizon, because who is slumped on one of those chairs, completely knocked out, but your good buddy Hubert, the auxiliary guard.
Harrison!
Yeah. Kennam's gonna slap him awake.
Strength check.
Okay. Yeah, no. Roll me that strength.
14.
Oh my god.
14.
Okay, so as Lobe is like shrieking for Hubert or whatever he had said previous, some H
Harrison.
name, Harrison,
Heath?
Heathcliff, to wake up, Kennam, you rush forward and punch him in the face. And now he's definitely awake. He like gets up with a start, and excuse me. It takes him a minute to sort of remember how to form vowels and consonants, but eventually he says to you guys, "Ow! Ow! Why did you? Wait, how did you?" And then he looks around. He says, "How did I get here?"
However, I have some bad news. You may be out of a job.
The world's ending, good friend. Let's go.
But did
Wait.
you enjoy the meat pies?
Wait, what? Hold on. Everyone is talking way too fast, and some of it doesn't. Ow.
No time, Horatio. We must find more.
Horatio!
So Hubert's super confused now, and Kennam and Lobe, because you're this close to him, you actually notice as you guys are talking, there's this little thin stream of blood kind of runs off of his forehead and down his face, and he's kind of gripping the back of his head, and he's sort of swaying back and forth.
Oh,
Lobe?
Yes,
Lobe,
I'm looking for that spell that I have to do that.
We may need healing. Something tells me someone clocked him in the back of the head.
Other than
Um,
you.
Other than me. Either that or I may have clocked him pretty hard.
all right. So I'm gonna do the holy symbol thing where I present it to evoke healing energy and restore number hit points equal to 5 times my cleric level, which is 2.
Okay.
I'm specifically targeting him, and I will hit him for 10 health.
Please don't hit him anymore.
Well, you know what I mean.
I'll hit him and he'll get 10 health.
Strike.
Now I cannot do more than half of his
Okay.
hit point maximum, so I don't know where that's hanging out at.
No, I get you.
But I've got to divide up stuff, and I can't go over half. So what do I have extra left over?
From 10?
From the 10 that I can use, I can only heal him up to half.
Okay, so
The
he
overflow, I'm gonna hit to anyone else who needs it.
Okay, no, I
Just
get you.
kinda-
Yeah, so you probably heal him then for like 3 hit points.
Okay, and then I will hit myself for. Oh, I can't heal myself anymore because I'm not above half. Anyone else low?
I'm about half, but that's just because I leveled up.
Okay, well then I will put you up to half.
Woo!
Well, I'm
So
already a
can't
little
go
over
higher.
half, but
Oh, then I can't hit you.
yeah.
I can't go higher than half.
Every time you say hit you, I just imagine you hit people over the head with a cross and be like, heal yourself!
Punch the Jesus into them.
It's my magic wellness stick.
Wait. Question.
That's how
What
it's
is your holy symbol?
Oh, it's a tattoo of
Oh.
a rose and a sheaf of grain.
Oh, so you could literally hit someone and have them regain health. Nice.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna assume you don't do that specifically to Hubert. You just kind of like put your big old man hand on his head or something and just
Yep.
heal him for that hit. Okay. So as you put your hand on the back of his head, you do feel like there's a nice little gash from somebody clocking him in the back of the head.
Ooh.
And it sort of dissipates, and he looks a little more alert now.
There you go,
And-
Hamilton. How do you feel?
Hamilton.
He looks at you a little confused, like, Hamilton? No, it's Hubert. you're Lobe, right?
Yes, Hank, of course.
Okay. How did you guys get down? How did I get down here?
I would hope the stairs.
Well,
It seems that teleporting gives you evil daggers.
I remember being up in the tent with you and Kennam. I think we talked for a little bit, and then I was down here, and then his eyes sort of narrow a bit, and he rubs his hands over his face, and he's like, "Oh God, I think I'm losing my mind here."
It's truly a mystery. Point is, this entire city / civilization might be in danger. We
What?
gotta move quick.
What do you mean everything's in danger? And as he says that, the ceiling shakes again, and now he kind of pushes his chair up, and he stands up, and he looks up, and he says, "What is going on up there? What did you guys do?"
Well, I had some drinks, played a game, and now I'm here.
I'd also like to say that it's not our fault.
Not this time, anyway.
Not this time.
Plenty of time for that. No, there's kind of zombies running everywhere, eating people.
Wait, there's zombies?
Did he not know this?
No
Is he
one
not
had been
briefed?
prepared for him.
At the mention of zombies, excuse me, Hubert doesn't look as surprised as you think he does. He actually looks like some sort of realization just dawned on him, and he's like, "Wait, are zombies really?" And then he stops and he takes a second, and then he says, "You guys didn't see anyone else down here, did you?"
We saw lots of people, mostly dead.
No, like someone who looks like me. I mean,
No, I don't think so. No.
Unless
Well,
the guy with the missing face was him.
Okay, Hubert, I'm a level with you. You are literally the only living person we've seen for the past, like, half hour at this point.
he kind of grabs his head and he sits down and he's like, "No, but I'm positive. I talked with somebody else. I thought maybe I was just hallucinating, but maybe." And he thinks again to himself, and he looks up and he says, I think I know who did this."
Dum bum bum.
Really? Who is it? Who is it?
Who was it, Hannibal?
And Hubert kind of runs his hands through his hairs, and he said, I thought I was hallucinating. I thought I was talking to myself, but I think I was talking to Winslow, and he kept saying crazy stuff, like he was gonna save our village, and
What?
and he shakes his head again, and he says,
Who's Winslow, Howard?
Yes.
Howard.
Who is this Winslow? I would like to know.
he says, "Well, Winslow's my brother. He's supposed to be way out in the Ashen Grove. We were taken on by the Phoenix King. I was auxiliary guard, and he said that he would start an inn outside of the territory."
Hey, we know him.
Wait, you do?
Yeah, we met him on our way back.
Right.
Remember
We
we
did meet
talked about
him.
it, Hadley?
I mean, kind of. It's all really fuzzy, but he
Yes,
can't.
you were a bit plastered then.
But look, you don't understand. He can't be here though, and I don't know.
How. It's all equal rights here. Everyone's allowed to be here.
I mean, it's not like he got plastered and ruined the world.
Maybe he got the day off.
It was
He
own
kinda shakes
in.
his head. He starts to shake his head, and he starts to try and stand, and he's kind of reaching for the door, and he's like, oh my god, I let him in here then. I didn't think he was really there. I let him in here. And he starts to try and like open the door, but he's
Easy, Hawk, easy.
Lowe goes to help him up.
okay. And you kind of see him start to sweat a little bit, and he looks really pale. And he's fumbling with something around his belt and he pulls off a pair of keys and he says, "You guys, I think I ruined everything. You have to go in there. I don't know what he's talking about, but oh my god, he was really there. He really meant all of that." And he kind of pushes the keys off and looks a little faint, like he's gonna pass out, maybe be a little sick.
Anyone have any water? Maybe like a spell for that shit? Just toss it in his face?
I don't think so.
Damn.
I've got
Alright,
a flask of
maybe you sit
oil.
He won't like any liquids I throw at his face.
Oh god!
Yeah, none of my spells are gonna help him.
No.
Damn.
Okay. It's okay. Well, he gives you a pair of keys, Lobe, and he's kind of indicating you to the door. And he says, I'm sorry, I'm so sorry. I think this is all my fault.
Don't worry, Hussein. You're probably fired anyway.
Do you just have like a list of H names that you brought out in my God.
Such a tense moment. And then that! Jesus Christ.
Alright, so you guys got the keys. You gotta open a door.
Yeah, let's open the door.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Alright,
let's
but
do it.
As long as he's sitting down.
Yeah, he's cool. He doesn't look like he's gonna move for a little bit.
Okay.
alright, and Svein's gonna say, "Hold on, let me see if I can peer through the keyhole. Maybe I can find out what's on the other side."
Well, I
Stay
mean,
put, Howard.
you can peer through the keyhole. I will not object to that, but I would like to point out it's a barred door, so you could just like look through the bars if you want.
Oh. Svein's like, he was looking at Hubert, not looking at the door, and so he's not even looking at the door. He doesn't know what it looks like, and he goes over there and he's like,
He looks through the keyhole.
"Oh, yes, trust me, it's a good idea. You wouldn't understand."
It's a rogue thing.
Alright, well, open the door.
Okay. So as you, well, I assume you all are stepping through the door. at this
Also,
point.
Quick
Yeah.
question. Are these like big keys, little keys?
They're, you know, think of like old-fashioned jailer keys. That's what they
So,
look like.
as big as a pen?
Yeah.
Okay.
So you can combine them with your belt sash to make a handy weapon.
Well, I was just gonna use them to hit people if I needed to.
Okay. Kind of use them as like knuckle busters.
Yeah. Get some
Maybe.
Wolverine claws in there.
You can make a flail if you use your belt sash.
I don't have a
Belt
belt
sash is
sash.
gone.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Okay.
But when the zombie
Lobe
catches
is-
the blast,
Lobe's not a material person.
can tell.
So, so as you guys begin to leave, Hubert calls out, "Hey, wait a second. You guys look different somehow."
Oh yes, do you like my new pants?
No, I mean, you feel different. I don't know how to explain it. It just kind of.
Well, I didn't shave this morning.
Jesus Christ, dude.
you see, Hubert, our true purpose has been revealed to us.
Don't go. I don't know the name. Fuck.
Doesn't
Jedi?
matter.
We found some nuts and crushed them. The end. Let's go.
There we go.
Oh. Look, but listen. Whatever you see in there, like whatever power you have now, just.
Don't worry, Harper. We'll come back for you.
How many names do you have?
And the gate closes behind you.
Okay.
And in your wake is a vast row of
Dead
cages.
bodies?
Well,
Oh.
cages. Start with the cages, but also corpses. I wanted to
Okay.
get some alliteration. It's actually incredibly hard to maneuver down this walkway. You all have to line up in single file just to move forward. And with the slew of guards here, simply bit and bloody to a pulp, it's definitely not an easy task. So I guess my question is, who's leading the charge?
I feel as though I should lead the charge considering I have a shield.
Okay. So Lannon's up first?
I still have my torch, right?
I mean, unless you've ditched it at some point.
Not that I know of.
Okay, so Lobe still has his torch.
I have my torch and I have my keys. I'll
Excellent.
follow behind.
All right, so we've got.
Wait, who has Kevin?
You locked Kevin on the other side.
She can fit through the bars.
Probably.
Kevin will
Push,
be.
though.
Kevin was probably right behind Lobe.
Okay, good.
I'll probably fit third position then.
Okay.
All right, so Spain's gonna take up the rear.
I feel like Spain's gonna be taking up the rear for
Yeah.
quite a bit, huh?
That's right. Yeah, put the sneakiest person in the back so you can steal everything from everyone in front. No.
Kennam's gonna.
Yeah, go ahead.
Kennam's gonna quickly cast True Strike on Svein here because it worked so well with the kobolds.
Oh yes. And Spain's gonna say, now everyone, you should probably keep a little bit of space in between you, just in case something very nasty is up ahead. We need to turn around and run. We'll be tripping over each other if we're too close together.
He has a point.
Okay, so
probably-
you're like.
I'll just pick up the first person I see and keep going.
Sounds good.
That works too.
Okay. So you all then continue in your order down this jail prison thing. There's a word for it, and I should have looked it up before I did this. Each cell you pass by, though, is surprisingly enough completely empty. There's no prisoners. Every single cell you pass is empty.
Are they open?
Yes, every single one is opened.
Oh, shit.
And I say opened in the loosest way possible because some of them look like they were bent right off the lock. Some of the bars look like they were chewed in half. Some of them look like they were burned. Like they're nothing but just little slag stubs. And there is no shortage of both guard and cloakened figured bodies.
Wait,
A
so
A lot of dead people.
a lot of dead people on both sides.
I'm beginning to
Yes.
think these cloaks aren't gonna help us much.
Yeah, no. So whatever came down here to kill them was not hesitant on killing everything.
No, looks like it.
Okay. Spain's gonna do perception to
Okay.
see if he can figure it. Well, not with that
Yeah.
8, but
What
he
were you
wants
gonna
to
do?
figure out if something broke into each of these cells and killed people, or if the people broke out of the cells.
Svein, as far as you know, Godzilla himself came down and just wreaked unholy hell upon these people.
That's what I thought. I read it
Oh.
in the book one time.
I should clarify. Fantasy Godzilla came through and
Mhm.
wrecked hell.
Yes.
Lannon's gonna try the same thing. Just
Okay.
see what the fuck happened. 15?
Ooh, solid 15. Okay. So, Lannon, you can kind of discern from the general array of the battlefield that what seems to have happened was the prisoners, with some incredible force, broke out from their cells and started to just completely demolish these poor unsuspecting soldiers who were likely not expecting such a ferocious attack.
Thus they were unsuspecting, yes.
Yes, that's the unsuspecting. But somewhere down the line, a lot more bodies started to drop, in the sense
Oh.
that it wasn't necessarily prisoners killing more soldiers or soldiers killing more prisoners. Just something came by and slashed through everything.
Lannon, are you gonna tell us this?
Oh, yeah.
Well, Spain's just gonna shake his head and he's gonna go, "Oh, nice try, but I think it was Fantasy Godzilla."
Alright.
Fantasy Godzilla flashed through here and killed everything.
Of course.
Of course. All right.
Okay.
All right, everyone be on the lookout for a 50-foot tall lizard.
Okay. Exactly. Be ready.
So is anyone else gonna make like Godzilla watch checks or something?
Oh, Svein will be on Godzilla watch.
Oh my God, Svein!
You actually see Godzilla? No.
If he comes down here, Svein will know.
Svein,
Natural
you
20.
are like, listen, Svein, you are like ready for anything at this point. If a 50-foot just comes through and like smashes through the jail, you will be the one who comes to tell the tale of the mighty Godzilla. And you know what, Svein? Just because it sounds really stupid, I know you're looking for Godzilla here, and you're in the back, so this is just like doubly impossible. But as you guys are creeping down the endless row of cells and endless rows of carnage, Svein, you pick up on a noise, and it's not, rats eating the dead people. It's not. Ooh, excuse me, that was a burp, not a burp. You don't hear a burp. You don't hear, it's not Hubert way off in the distance. You hear two living people. And it's a little hard to discern what is being said between the two, mostly because it's only one person talking, and it sounds like the second one is choking.
Oh god.
And the sound you hear is coming up fairly quick. You're probably 2 or 3 cells away from where this sound, or where you hear this sound.
So Svein whispers to everyone, and he says, "Everyone, be ready. I think someone's up ahead. Sounds like they're choking someone."
I think
Right,
Godzilla's
look out.
choking out.
He's here. He's choking them with his tail.
Lobe is going to charge ahead. I will save you!
Okay. All right. Is anyone else charging, or is it just Lobe?
Yeah.
Hope Lannon.
Well,
Yeah,
wait, who's in the front?
Lannon's-
Because whoever's in the front, they better charge too.
No,
Gonna go through them.
no, here's the thing. Lannon's not charging. Lannon's running.
Okay. So Lannon's running forward. Lobe is running forward.
Guess
Uh,
Kennam
I'm going to tap
falls
both
in
of us
behind.
with the resistance thing that I can do as a minor.
I'm
Okay,
fine with that.
Kevin is running with you guys as well. I think she's just kind of excited that we're suddenly running. Uh, Svein, Kennam, are you guys running after too, or?
I'm following in behind.
Okay.
Spain's gonna follow along quietly.
Okay, so you're going to do some sneaky action.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Roll me a stealth check then. Oh wow, no.
7.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
You
That
think
don't
you're
work
doing
too
pretty
well.
well. Look. If you're trying to sneak away from Godzilla, you did pretty good. So, and that's your only objective right now.
That's right. Yep. That's who's there.
Godzilla.
Godzilla! Okay. So I guess then, since nobody really has advantage here, you all run forward to one of the larger cells closer to the end of this corridor. And in that
Yay.
cell, and in that cell stands 2 figures.
Oh no.
One of them looks exactly like Hubert from behind. He's got the same stature, the same little tiny horns with the autumn leaves, the same uniform actually as well. Somehow he picked up an auxiliary guard's uniform, which is a little weird. And as of current, one of his hands are wrapped around the neck of the gnome that you helped arrest earlier on that day.
Oh, that bitch.
Hugh, what are you doing? With Hugh.
What? Whoa. Did you just say you tackled him?
I tackle Hugh.
Okay. Fucking, that was fast. Roll initiative, everybody. I guess we're gonna come.
Oh, brilliant. All right.
Wow, okay.
19.
19 for Spain.
Oh,
9.
I gotta add a thing to it.
9 for Kennam.
So mine's
15?
actually 17.
Oh, yours is 17? Okay.
Yeah, I didn't add 2.
17 for Lobe. 15 for Lannon. And, okay.
What about Hugh?
Surprise round.
Yeah, I'm just gonna say that this is a surprise round because I am thoroughly surprised. I had like this grand villain monologue all ready to go, but then Lobe ruined it. So.
Nah, bruh. Nah.
Nah, bruh.
You can do it
Lobe's a man
after
of
we
action.
knock him out.
Yeah, Lobe's a man of action. Jesus. Okay, I guess I'll find his. Well, I won't find his initiative yet. He doesn't know what the hell's going on. Okay. So Lobe, I guess you could start us off then.
All right.
Go ahead and roll for tackling. Like he's gonna be definitely at a disadvantage, so I'm gonna roll for dexterity. Oh.
Oh.
But you have advantage, so
Okay.
roll again. Roll again. Because
Please.
that one. Oh Jesus. people.
Hooray!
Okay, that
Much
was
better.
way better.
Holy
No
shit.
doubles.
Yeah, he got a 7. So.
To the ground
Okay.
he goes.
All right,
Go
let
from
me,
4 to 22.
Let
Hot
me just
damn.
paint the scene. Let me just paint the scene real quick. So you all looped around. You saw what looks like Hubert choking out the gnome.
Okay.
You were helped arrest earlier.
Uh-huh.
Before anyone can make a move,
Alrighty.
Lobe is suddenly steamrolling towards this guy, yelling, "Hubert, put her down!"
Well, shit.
You.
Oh, of course, you. Can't forget not to actually use his name. And, yeah, what do you, like, do you just completely pile drive him to the ground? You, like, clothesline him? What do you do?
I tackle him to the ground.
Okay, so you tackle him to the ground.
Should have tackled
and...
him into the wall. That would have been better.
So you tackle him to the ground. Okay, and the gnome kind of manages, in this moment of surprise, to sort of wiggle her way out, and she goes tumbling to the ground. She looks a little hurt, little worse for wear. She's kind of like clutching one of her arms really close to her chest, and she's panting really heavily. And now that Lobe is on top of this man, Svein, do you want to do anything?
Yes. Does it look like Hugh has any weapons on him?
He does have what appears to be a sword on his hip, like his belt.
All right. Well, while he's tackled to the ground, Spain is going to try and take that away from him.
No, you can definitely take that away from him. He is not gonna, unless he has a magical third arm that he grew out of his forehead. He is not gonna contest that.
Well, if he's the spawn of Fantasy Godzilla, I mean, he just might. But...
Take extra precautions.
Yes.
That's why he's
Yeah.
sneaking.
Yeah, that's why he's sneaking. That's true. Okay, so you pick up his sword. Excuse me.
Yep.
Okay.
And I guess I'll just point it at him.
Okay, cool. Lannon, you go ahead and you do your fun little action.
I'm gonna see if the little gnome lady's alright. Nice person.
Okay. Definitely not alright.
Relatively
kind of-
speaking.
Okay, relatively speaking, she's got a couple bumps and bruises. Her arm is still broken from before. And actually, as you approach, she looks up at you and she's like, "Oh God, just let him choke me." And she's like scrambling to her feet, trying to get to the back wall. She's like, "Nope, nope, you fuck off. I do not want anything else to do with you."
Well, it's either me or that guy.
Yeah, did you not hear that whole earlier bit?
Right.
Let me out, please.
Right. Shit.
Kennam, your turn.
Lannon, just go help with the guy on the ground.
Yes, sir.
I'm gonna walk over to the gnome and actually gonna take out the crystal I stole from her caravan and say, "Here you go.
I stole this.
Here you go. I planned on bringing this to you, but it seems other plans were made."
She snatches it out of your hand with her good hand. She's like, "What the hell? You went in my caravan? What's the matter with you people?"
You were shady.
She has no response for that. Is that all you're gonna do, Kennam?
Well, I mean, yeah, I guess you guys seem to have you guys seem to have it covered, so I'll kind of hang out back here.
Okay, all right. No, I love it. It's great. Okay, so back to this guy you just pinned to the ground, who is looking less than thrilled.
Horace, I told you to wait for us.
And he's definitely glaring at you, and he's glaring at you, the both of you, Svein and Lobe, with these very strikingly golden eyes. And he his expression kind of shifts into a smile, and he says, "Well, I guess if this was going to be a cock-up of a day, you might as well go out with a bang, huh?" And he falls unconscious.
Did he just die?
With that natural one, I think he just died.
Not
He
quite,
choked.
not quite.
He choked on his own spit.
So yeah, he doesn't seem to be moving. You're for the moment out of combat right now. So
All right.
I don't know if you want to like get up off him or
Svein is
I give him
going
a
to
shake.
knowledge
Give him a shake.
Arcana, maybe see if I don't know if that would apply.
what are you trying to do?
I guess to figure out maybe what's going on with him, see if, you know, he's just pretending to be knocked out and he's preparing for some spell that's just gonna blow up everything.
Oh,
Instead, he's
okay.
gonna go out with a bang.
Oh, I got you. Yeah, go for it.
Make fun of.
24.
Huh?
Okay.
Yeah.
What?
Wow.
Oh, just like it's a good roll. Got it.
Yeah.
So real quick before I get to that, Lobe, what did you say you did?
I gave him a good shake.
Okay, so you're shaking him. Kennam and Lannon, you're still with the gnome in the corner.
Yeah.
Okay. So, she kind of looks up and she sees you shaking this guy, Lobe. And with her good hand, she kind of reaches out and is like, "Oh my god, no, don't!" And before she can explain, Svein, you kind of already know what's going to happen. But it's a little too late to explain to everyone else because as Lobe starts to shake him, this flash of brilliant red light throws you all back. So I need you all to make me, I guess there would be an intelligence save.
Oh.
All right. Can I have advantage because I know what's going on?
Yes, because you know what the heck is going on with this business here.
18.
18, okay.
9.
Oh.
Wait,
Well,
what? Hold on, what?
what do you mean what?
No, give me a second.
Are you okay? You might not be okay in a second, but you know.
No, that's a 10.
That's a 10?
I didn't change it from before.
Okay.
So yeah, it's
All right,
it's a
so
10.
okay, read off all those rolls again for me, please.
18.
10.
Okay.
13.
7 and 23, so I'm going with the 23.
Yeah, no, we're gonna go with that 23, I think.
Yeah.
Okay, so this like flash of light pulses out from the unconscious Hubert ? It only throws you all back about 5 or so feet. I guess I should do one for the gnome, shouldn't I? Okay.
I'm kind of really
14.
hoping that our minds and bodies just got switched. It's like subtle hope for that, because that would be hilarious.
Kevin got switched with Lannon.
Oh my god. Okay, well, before I tell you what happened real quick, oh, shoot. Wait, it's 2:45, isn't it?
It is.
Oh. We're not gonna be able to get into this fight then. Okay, I guess I'll set it up. Okay, so this, red light pulses out from the Hubert lookalike, and it throws you all back a couple feet. And you all, like, you kind of all, like, regained your balance, and the gnome kind of also flies back a bit, and she manages to stand, and she says, "Oh, God, now we're in for it." Because...
Is it Godzilla?
No. Because the person who looks like Hubert is still on the ground unconscious. However, now standing before him is this red, spectral-looking knight who has this giant broadsword. And he points it to you, Lobe, and you, Svein, and he says, "On guard."